We are in Contact Climbing Gym in St. George. I've got my brother Nathan and Meg, and we're going to climb a ton of V3s. I've been getting a lot of comments, hey, I've been doing all of these footwork trainings and I still can't climb a V3. So today we're going to talk about 3 things that will help you make those V3 send.
If you're hopping on a route prior to reviewing it, you're not only wasting a lot of time, which is energy in climbing on each hold, you're also going to have to readjust multiple times to change your body position in a way that will allow you to make the next move. Which brings to the point of figuring out the route before you get on it and to be intentional with every movement. Essentially, what you're going to do is review the handholds and footholds before getting on the climb, and then also consider different ways that you're going to use those holds to make each move. If you aren't familiar with how to read a route, also known as beta, I have 2 videos on my channel all about it, so be sure to check those out after this video. Tip number 2 is to go for those harder moves. This really came about from watching my brother climb really hard. He isn't afraid to fall, and that's something that I really struggle with. When you don't go for a move, you limit your ability to work past seemingly hard things. Once you go for the move, you'll have a better idea of what happens if you fail. In this case, I landed on the mat, but it wasn't that scary and it didn't shake me up very much. So the next time I went for the move, I had a lot more confidence and it was easier to make it. I actually have a bonus tip after this, so be sure to stick around for that one. Next, with tip number 3, video yourself climbing. You can prop your phone up on a chalk bag or you can use a tripod, and after you've completed your attempt, review the video and look for technique and movement that you can work on. Not only for the individual route, but also for your technique and skill in general. For example, did you have sloppy feet? Were you climbing with a neutral wrist? Were you constantly adjusting your hands and feet? Maybe your elbows were sticking out and you're making chicken wings? Were your shoulders disengaged and by your ears? Overuse of the full crimp hand position? Maybe you had too much dynamic climbing and you need to figure out how to be more static and smooth. Were you pushing with your feet? Are you keeping your hips into the wall as much as possible? All of these things make a really big difference in the way that you climb, not only on the individual route, but as a climbing in general, and it will help you get better at climbing V3s and grades well above that. Now, as promised, that bonus tip, and this bonus tip is to test different techniques on hard moves. Oftentimes we get stuck trying to do the same thing over and over again. Like if your toe keeps on slipping, maybe you should test a heel hook on that spot. If you feel like you're swinging off the wall, try a side flag, try a back flag. You might be using the wrong technique for that movement. If you didn't recognize the techniques that I just barely mentioned, binge a couple of the videos on Send Edition and you'll learn about them pretty quick.
Thank you so much for watching. Please share this video with all your friends who are struggling on those V3s and enjoy climbing.